moving on to the Prem so far. 4 games in. We put a little poll out on our Instagram about any surprises that have happened so far. A few of the responses were how low Newcastle were in the league. Some said how high Liverpool were.
Hats off to whoever that was.
Also, Chelsea kind of faltering as well. So I just want to kind of throw it out to you guys, like who, whether it be like a club or a player or a manager, who do you think has kind of surprised you or done really well? Who are you a little bit disappointed in, etc.?
Hate to say it. Really hate to say it. But yeah, my biggest surprise has been Tottenham. Yes. I've caught a couple of their games. They're playing some good football.
They're just
really
attacking.
Enjoyable. No, but it's enjoyable.
It is attacking.
And I haven't seen a Spurs team play like this for a very long time. And obviously losing Harry Kane, you're thinking, that's it, Spurs, they're done. But yeah, they've been the most surprising and been the most impressive.
The biggest surprise for me is West Ham. I'm not even in the front. I did not expect them to do this well at this stage. I thought it would be a slow start, considering they got rid of Skamaka and
Rice.
All right, they got rid of Skamaka and Rice, and they've don't get me wrong, they've spent well, but I didn't expect Alvarez to gel this quickly. Kudus is yet to start playing.
Ward-Prowse as well.
Ward-Prowse, I kind of expected him to do well. He's proven in the Prem. As long as they don't tell him to start doing box to box and become a Gerrard or something, just slot in and do what he was doing for Southampton. I expected him to do well. I think Alvarez has surprised me as well. Antonio he's on form. He's doing really well. Who was it that was it? Chelsea that he took apart. He was bullying their defense. Antonio for West Ham.
Colwell
and Disasi.
Yeah.
So they've been my biggest surprise.
What?
I wouldn't really say anyone's been a surprise team. It's only 4 games in. Like any of these teams that are doing supposedly well right now could lose the next game and just drop down to 18th. Like no team is really surprised.
I get that. Someone else put that in the comments. Only 4 games, but humorous. I know it's only 4 games.
Just for the sake of humorous.
A whole season. I mean, look at Newcastle. They were almost relegated, and then Eddie Howe come in and they finished in the top 10.
Yeah,
yes, I know we get it, but I mean, your initial kind of like, do you know what?
Yeah, weren't expecting that.
Wasn't expecting that. First 4 games.
If anything, Man United are surprising me at how poor they are. Like, I know it's 4 games in, as I just said, but
really,
I think there's games that they've played that they could have lost. No, I'm being serious. So they could have, like, who did they play their first game?
Wolves.
Yeah.
They could have easily lost that game. Easily lost that game. So they're sitting pretty now, 2 wins and 2 losses. Could have easily been 3 losses.
2 losses to the top 6.
It's true, but they're not playing well.
2 wins against
They're not playing well. I thought they would have tried to kick on from last season. Obviously their transfer window, in my opinion, hasn't been that great, but they've still got the players to do it. And I just thought they'd show a bit more oomph this season, but
based on what? Why do you think they'd show more oomph?
Because Ten Hag, he's settled. In my opinion, he's settled. He's ready to just take them to that next level or try and take them to the next level. But there's so much turmoil in that club. It's just...
What gave you the impression that he's settled?
What he did last season. Finish it. Well, you lot were pants last season, Liverpool, so that's probably partly to do with it. But in my opinion, he was playing decent enough football to warrant finishing the Champions League spot and to try and kick on for next season. You can only base it on what he's done last season, right? So playing the way they played, even though they weren't playing great football, they finished well. Next season, you're going to try and do better than the last season, right? If Arsenal were to just fall off this season, we would have thought last season was a fluke.
Did he have a full season last season?
Yeah, he did.
He came in the summer before.
That was his season.
He won the trophy. Man United's a tough one.
I get that.
I second that, what Mark's saying. I'm probably going to go the same. Man United or Chelsea. Surprises.
Yeah, I thought Chelsea would kick on as well.
Yeah, I thought they would have been better than what... It's like just a continuation of last season.
Yeah.
Both of them. So that's a surprise. The reason why I ain't going to say West Ham, because 4 games. I'm not going to say Tottenham because it's 4 games. and
You
who
don't give them
they've.
credit.
Nah,
That's
you
all.
know what?
I think so.
But you know, it's not. We're not saying, based on these 4 games, you're going to go win the league. I'm just surprised that after the 4 games, they're playing this well.
They're playing well so far, but I need them. Well, not need them, but they will play the big boys sooner or later.
Exactly.
They're going to play someone, and then we'll
down.
see if they can do the little tiki taka out from the back in it. We'll see if the Ange ball really works.
With Sanchez.
There you go. With Newcastle, same kind of thing. I'm not going to say I'm surprised because they've had a tough run of games.
Fixtures.
Fixture list has not been kind to them, so I'm not going to go like I don't think. We'll see how it plays out.
All 4 games have been tough games.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But Man United and Chelsea probably would be the biggest surprise. I thought they would have done much better. Chelsea especially.
Man United is
it's just so bad. And what you just said, under Poch, we've put a lot of trust in the managers, those 2 managers, Ten Hag and Poch. We think they can do something. They bring something more to the players that's there. We think they're going to work their magic and do something. Poch, I can't see anything. And Ten Hag is supposed to be this guy, the guy at Man United, and he just can't see nothing. Look at last game against Arsenal. Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans at centre-back. You got Martial still playing up top. Cool. I get it, but it's just like... Man United are in big trouble, bro.
I don't know what's the real Man United at the moment, because they have 4 games. The 2 games they've won, they could have easily lost. And the 2 games they lost, they could have won.
Continuation from last season.
So it's like, I don't know what's the real Man United yet. Yeah. Because they lost to Arsenal and Tottenham, but they could have won either of them games.
The only thing that's changed at Man United is that they got Onana in goal and they can play out a little bit at the back now. But they can't play out from the back if they ain't got Varane and Martinez playing.
Yeah, they can't.
And did you notice that against Arsenal?
Yeah.
As soon as Martinez and went off,
go long.
He looked and he went, no.
The shortest pass he made. The shortest pass he made was maybe to like a fullback that was like on the halfway line. Other than that, he weren't playing to
But the most good ones hug the foot when the goalkeeper's got the ball fullbacks on the line. Yeah, I feel that. I hear that.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm a little bit surprised at Crystal Palace. Like, I know Roy had done pretty well towards the back end of last season when he came in, but they've only lost 1 game, that was against Arsenal. Like, they're sitting
they could have won that as well
at the minute. I'm surprised about Newcastle. Like I mentioned either last week or the week before, they got themselves into the Champions League spots. Granted, I think a season earlier than they would have expected, but you got there. And I know you said their run of games was hard. Like, it was Liverpool, Villa,
City,
and Brighton.
City can wipe off, but Brighton, Liverpool, and Villa, they're the teams that you're going to be competing with to be in the top echelons of the
league. Did they lose all 3 of those?
Yeah. Yeah. So if they're the teams that you're essentially your peers now, because you're sitting at the top table, I think you've got to have a bit more fight in the game. And especially against Liverpool, granted, first 20, they played better when we had 11 men than when we went down to 10. Team goes down to 10 men, you're 1-0 up. You got to steam it. Like, if that's City, remember when we played City at Etihad when Mane got sent off early on? 5-0. That's, I think, obviously don't beat us 5-0, but like 3-0, 2-0, convincing. Go out, win the game.
But do you think that's just a lack of experience?
Show your dominance against the team that you're going to be.
I think. Go on, sir.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm a little bit disappointed, because they done so well last year. Go and show you can do it again. Like we said, they haven't even started Champions League yet.
I can see them getting found out this year. I can see it. I can see them getting found out.
Which is why
I think that Liverpool game was telling. Liverpool go down to 10 men and you lose.
It is Liverpool though. I think the Brighton game was more telling than the Liverpool game.
I think more the Liverpool game, because they're at home.
But it's still Liverpool, bro. They're not a rubbish side.
No, but if you're Champions League side,
if they went 1 down to City, are you still gonna be like, oh, well, see the game out? City with 10 men could still do you damage, bro.
They can do you damage, but I wouldn't expect to lose the game at home if I'm Newcastle.
If it's anyone, you would expect Liverpool to do it, in my opinion. just because it's Liverpool.
Yeah,
Like,
they're not a bad side.
like, you know,
They're not a bad
they
side,
can
but
When
be.
you went down to
Newcastle,
10 men,
Miracle
but
FC.
It says
Miracle
that's
FC.
your peers. That's your peers. You can't.
I thought it was curtains.
I thought it was good
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, that's
we
what
played.
I
I'm not gonna lie
thought.
to you.
I thought it was
I
as well.
thought when we went that when Van Dijk got sent off, I said,
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I wrote the game
That
off.
5-10 minutes between them scoring, Van Dijk getting sent off, and then
It
Trent
just
having a
looked. It
madness.
just
Yeah.
looked
I
like
was like, oh my days.
what
them
kind
man
of
are
a
gonna
game
cook
is this?
in the group
Yeah.
chat.
But then
But
you
it was
get one
more.
goal
It
and
was
you got
more
the
how
bit
they
between your
played.
teeth.
Huh?
It was more how
You
they
get one
played.
goal and you got the bit between your teeth.
No, I was surprised. I think when I kind of thought, okay, maybe we could get something is when I seen how comfortable we looked.
Yeah.
It didn't look like Newcastle were like just peppering us or they had total control of the game. Liverpool looked comfortable.
And House changes as well. He took off all their threats
Yeah.
with like 15 minutes to go.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, this is a bit.
And that
a
was
bit
when I was
weird.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Might have been a
maybe-
bit naive. He might have thought the players he could bring on would see out the game, which you would expect. But like the quality of the players replaced coming on, there's a bit of a drop off. So Wilson's not as good as it's like Harvey Barnes and Gordon. There's not much there, but I'd say Gordon's a little bit ahead of Barnes just in terms of quality. And I can't remember. I think they took off the centre midfielder. I think they took off Bruno potentially. I can't.
You lot are doing a big
They've
go on, go on.
Tonali
they've come into the season full strength as well. Like no
Yeah.
injuries, no nothing,
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
strength.
I agree.
So like
It
what
is
Daz is saying,
surprising.
I'm more going along with what Daz is saying.
It is
That
quite
he might
surprising.
get found out this season because they come in full strength. Like they lost to you lot, but that's poor from Eddie Howe as
They should have at
well
least
as
got a
the
draw.
players. Like that's
Mm.
poor. How they
Yeah.
lost that.
At home.
The Man City game just looked like Man City was in second gear,
Brighton
like just
thrashed
chilling.
them.
Brighton
Thrashed them.
thrashed them.
Mm.
Like it's looking a bit, and you got your full strength team. Like it's looking a bit
But
mad.
this is why I think you lot are doing yourself a big disservice, bro. There's no way you're going to tell me Newcastle and Liverpool are peers. That season are you basing it on how they finished in the league?
Well, if it was above them last season,
Yeah,
why
that's,
were they
but
not
that's
peers?
my point, though. That season, even though like this might sound like, oh, okay, what you're trying to say, Arsenal didn't really finish second. That wasn't a real season based on how teams played, bro.
No, apart
Liverpool-
from 1 and 2.
Apart from 1 and 2, but Liverpool, for example, they're not peers. You can't say they're on the same level as Newcastle.
They're going
No,
for the
but I'm
same
saying-
thing this
no, but
season.
I'm saying
That doesn't mean
Newcastle-
they're peers,
But
bro.
I'm saying
That
but
doesn't mean they're
Newcastle
peers.
should
They are
see
peers. They are
Newcastle
peers.
should see us as
They are
peers,
They are.
just in terms of right.
Newcastle.
You lot are
is
a far better team than Newcastle.
But remember, Newcastle done that last
That's
season.
understandable, but I mean, if I've now finished in second place,
That doesn't mean that's
wait, hold on. If
No.
I've now finished in second place and I've got backing and resources to,
well, they ain't
to-
spent nothing, so
Oh,
they,
but
you
but
can't
it doesn't
even use
matter.
it.
But I've got it. I've not
Okay.
spent nothing, but I've got
But
it.
the players on the pitch when you played them weren't anything to do with their backing and resources because they haven't really
Tonali
spent.
played. Tonali was
Yeah,
running the
Well,
Tonali.
show.
just Tonali. I'm talking about what they can spend.
Tonali, Isaac,
If they go and
Gordon,
spend how they
they're
could
all-
spend,
that's all
they'll
money
blow you
from-
out of the water.
Yeah, they can, but they
But they
can't.
haven't
because
got- they haven't
and
done
they're
that
trying,
yet.
They're not trying to. They're not trying to come in and just do Todd Bowley. They're coming in and they're actually trying
I'm not
to.
disputing that, but you are saying they're peers based on where they finished last season.
Yeah, because
that
Yeah,
doesn't
they
make
are.
them peers, bro.
Okay, so where
And
do
they-
you,
and
where,
they've got the
where
same
would you
expectations
where
this
would you
season.
put Liverpool this season? Like where
I won't be surprised if
With
Liverpool
Man
finish second
City?
or third. Yeah,
Man City?
yeah.
No, but Man City are top, so Man City.
No, I won't be surprised if Liverpool finish second or third. I don't know if they're going
So
to
where
get to Man
Newcastle
City.
going to be finishing?
They're going to finish probably
Okay,
sixth,
so
bro.
Mark.
So that's
in my
top
opinion.
four.
So
It's-
Mark, if we
it's kind of the
rewind
same
to
peers.
last season,
Yeah.
are you saying that you wouldn't have called like Liverpool your peers because you finished fifth and we finished second?
No, you were our peers last season.
But why can't we call Newcastle peers?
No,
with
but you're
Liverpool
our
because
peers
they
based on how good you lot are as a club. You're not peers because
No,
we're.
but you're
'cause
talking historically, though.
yeah,
Yeah, we're
that's
talking
what-
historically.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Liverpool right now.
And the
What's
reason
on the
why I
pitch
said
right
that-
now?
If we played Liverpool right now, would you be confident we'd beat them?
No, I'm
No,
going
but I'm
back. No,
but-
Mark.
Yes.
But I wouldn't be. I wouldn't
I
be
would be
confident about
confident.
Newcastle either.
I want to take
It's
this
the same
I want to take
thing.
this back to Mark.
Go on.
The reason why I said the start of last season,
The start of
and
last
like,
season.
this is not a slight because
The
you
start
finished.
of last season, no, I wouldn't have said you were our peers. You are a better team than us.
So you wouldn't have said that
It
you were trying
transpired
to
that you
compete
lot
with
just
Liverpool.
had abysmal of
No,
a season. You weren't our peers last season.
the last season, start of
When
last
at the
season,
start of last season,
Start of
we
last
were not your peers.
well, like just,
We were not good
let's
enough to
say
call
for
ourselves
game
our
one.
peers.
I think
Game
you say
one.
that.
If we looked around, we would have thought we want to be in the top four.
Yeah,
We would have thought you and City are gonna
exactly.
challenge for the title. We're not gonna challenge
Well,
for the title.
no way.
Okay.
We're going for top four. So
That-
would
that's
we
my
look
point.
at you as
I wouldn't-
peers?
I
No.
would never look to you as peers.
To be
That's
fair, I
history,
can back
man.
you up, 'cause
No,
no
no,
one
You're
Yeah,
looked
getting
at
mad
no,
because
no,
you're
no,
never
no,
you was
What's that?
never
You would've-
thinking. No one ever thought that we was going to challenge for the
No.
title
in
last
stature,
season.
they're not. We're
Yeah.
not peers.
Yeah.
Newcastle and Liverpool are not peers in stature.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I
It's
just
talking
think
about on the football pitch.
I just think going into this season,
the last season we didn't think we was going to challenge, and we thought Liverpool were going to challenge.
Exactly.
I just think Newcastle going into this season, even if you say right, granted they're not on a level, they should be looking right. We done this last season, finished third. We brought
maintain or
Tonali.
do better.
Let's go out and give a good account against those teams. I just don't think
They should be doing that.
100%.
Yeah, so I think that would make them peers with Liverpool because I'm sure Liverpool need to get back into the top four, and Newcastle need to get back into the top four.
I was worried about the game.
So
that's what they want.
They should see themselves as peers. But if you guys think if you as Liverpool fans think that Newcastle are your peers, I think you're aiming quite low, in my opinion.
So you don't think Newcastle are going to do much at all this season?
I'm not saying they're not going to do much, but if you're not trying to be in and around Man City and Arsenal,
but they didn't say that.
We're saying
I'm sure when we
Newcastle are
asked,
looking.
I'm sure when we asked them,
Liverpool.
they said top four.
But
They
you
will say
think
top
you think Newcastle are your peers though?
But they're saying top four.
though.
They're saying they want top four this season.
I think Newcastle is a team. If you want to be in the top four, I think Newcastle is a team you have to go to, go to their ground and win, or at least get a point.
But most teams like that though. You have to do it at Brighton.
But like the bigger teams. I've said before, like going back to last season, Arsenal, Man City. You go to Man City, come to your ground. You want to win the league. You can't let City leave with anything. Like when we were challenging with City, they weren't coming to Anfield and winning. We like getting the 1-0, getting the 2-1. I think we beat them 2 or 3-0 like a couple seasons ago. I think the teams that you're competing with, so like when you come to Anfield this season, I want to beat you. And I think that's the mentality that you got to have in it. Whoever comes to your yard, forget about the small teams, it's the bigger teams.
Yeah.
Because if you had beaten Man City at home last season, I think the whole dynamic changes.
I agree with that. But
especially the timing of it.
And based on and also as well, based on expectations, based off of last season, right? We finished top four, we've got Champions League, we've got the resources now going forward. So now our expectations are top four again, or title challenge if possible, which we know is not going to happen. So let's just say top four again, maintain top four, get back into the Champions League. Liverpool, pretty much our expectations will be top four, right? If we, I think a silent expectation will be to title challenge.
Yeah,
it's just seeing where you are,
but
just keep maintaining the top four and then seeing where you are.
Exactly,
and considering we've had a whole midfield
so therefore, I could understand why I keep saying Newcastle would see Liverpool as peers.
I think peers come down to expectations.
Yeah,
if you have the same objective for the season, which the number one objective for both clubs is going to be top four.
Yeah.
So you can throw in another couple of clubs in there. Even someone like, Arsenal. We want a title challenge, but we want to get top four. That's one of our objectives. So probably you could throw in Tottenham, Chelsea.
Okay, so I think I've been slightly misunderstood.
Man United.
Newcastle can see Liverpool as their peers.
Yeah.
Do you see Newcastle as your peers is what I'm getting at?
No.
All right, fine. Done.
No,
that's what I was getting at.
But
if you see Newcastle as your peers, you're doing Liverpool a big disservice.
But I do in terms of they've done well. My expectation of them would be to get back there again. So they're the team that you've got to look out for in terms of they want to take our spot. Where before Newcastle don't want to take our spot, but now they're like, oh.
Well, it's Newcastle's spot. You're trying to take Newcastle's spot because they came fourth last season. So you want to take Newcastle's spot.
If you lot go to Brighton, you're looking to win. Seriously, and when they come to Anfield, you want to win because you know they're going to be there or thereabouts. You never know what might happen at the end of the season.
So we have to take points off them.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean they're your peers though.
I think we have to move on.
You like Liverpool in a different category, man.